Hello everybody, Epic Mewtwo here. Today we are doing something that I think is going to be pretty fun. It might be a little bit of a longer video, but we are going to go through the entirety of the little Gohan Namek Saga story event as well, just so we can kind of have it documented. I'm going to throw this in here and do this first. This is the current daily mission for the 3rd year anniversary, the 6 days till the end of the galaxy. What's interesting though about this is that even though it is a daily mission, it's not listed under this tab, which is actually the daily mission tab here, but this is the story tab, and that's what it's listed under. I don't know why, but we're gonna do it anyway. So I just kind of wanted to play through this and show you guys how to get everything that you need for Gohan and whatnot. We'll just use a random heroes team. This is the team I'm bringing, and if you're wondering why, it's literally because I'm just using Vegito to level up hero units. That's basically why I'm just bringing a hodgepodge of units. So there you go. It doesn't really matter because all the events that we're going to do are really easy. But either way, this is the... Oh, I shouldn't have skipped that. Oh, well. Basically, it's just Goku's flying off to planet Namek, and he's in the, you know, he's in his little pod, and he's training with the intense gravity. So, yeah, what's cool about this stage is that, well, one, it's only available for a limited time during the 3-year anniversary, and the entire way up to Vegeta, it's literally just all these gold awakening medals, so that's really cool. So that's pretty dope, and when you get to Vegeta, there's a little bit more story, so basically it just picks up from where it left off. Goku's in the chamber, and I assume that this is him imagining his fight with Vegeta, because it really doesn't make sense otherwise. I don't know. That's all I can gather that it might be, because obviously Vegeta wasn't there on the pod when, you know, when he was flying to Namek, so I don't know. I can't tell you what that was. And did you just hear that voice crack? Oh my gosh. I might be periodically drinking water throughout this video, just so you guys know. But yeah, this, by the way, is the Gohan on the end. He's not awakened yet. I'm still working on that. But like I said, this team, literally, I'm just training up units for level. That way I don't have to use, you know, supplies that I would normally use to level up a unit. Alright, so we got 1 coin, and then I believe you get some... Or no, that's it, because you just get the rest of the gold capsules. Oh, we can't get that last blue one. Unfortunate. Alright, Goku's in the chamber. Basically, he's just like, alright, I'm ready to go to Namek, right? So that's basically what this is. I guess that kind of makes sense, because it has more story than just, like, the Hercule or Roshi events, but at the same time... I don't know. It could go either way, I suppose. But it is listed under the story events, so that's cool either way. And you get a bunch of rewards for doing it. So I actually want to check and see what you get for doing that before we move on to the Gohan missions here. Because I think it would be cool to show you exactly what we get for that. So we got, how many gravity chambers is that? 1. That's cool. Definitely will take that. Z-Sword, and that is some orbs. Cool. So I believe this is for doing it 3 times. I believe that's what that one is for. This is for doing thing for doing it once a day. I'm not sure honestly what the missions are. You have to look up. In my last couple news videos, I talked a lot about what those actually, you know, what the translations for all of those are. But hey, I'll take free items nonetheless. Alright, so we're gonna hop into all these. I've already done all the normal missions, excuse me, so I kind of have a grasp of what's going on. But I figured I'd save the Z-hard ones for a video just because, why not? Alrighty here, let's find another Vegito. Ooh, someone's already killing it. They got the boy Rainbow Star. I'm working on it, don't worry guys. Also, just a quick question here. Let me know in the comments section below if you want me to do a showcase on the Gohan. I can, but I don't know if you guys want to see it. So let me know in the comments section if you want to see a showcase on the new free-to-play Gohan. Anyway, we are, of course, arriving on planet Namek here. Or no, sorry, we're on Earth. No more Dragon Balls for right now, and we're going to Kami's old spaceship. Interesting thing about this, though, is that Gohan's hair is still cut. And I vaguely remember, I mean, I haven't watched the original DBZ in a hot minute, I'll admit that. But, like, I seem to remember him not having long hair when they first visited the spaceship. Maybe I'm just imagining that. I don't know. It could be. but I haven't watched the original OG Dragon Ball Z in a while. And actually, I kind of wanted to take this video too because there is just going to be a lot of dead space here, you know, just going through the event and whatnot, besides when we actually get to the story portions. Alright, so it looks like Gohan and Krillin are going to have a sparring match here. Pretty cool. Did Krillin not have shoes on? I might have to look at that in post. I thought I caught that, but maybe I was wrong. I don't know. Either way, so let's do this, and we'll just take him out. I figured that I might as well talk about some of my experiences with, like, how I was exposed to Dragon Ball and everything, considering, you know, like, during these times where we're literally just kind of wailing through the actual events and, you know, going along the map, the little game board. You know, there won't be much to talk about here. Oh, also we got another Gohan, so that's cool. I'll definitely take that. Also, keep in mind, I will be talking about the event as well, don't worry. For the first stage, you get a Gohan guaranteed on the first drop of the regular, you know, the normal and then the Z hard. And then after that, you don't need to worry about, oh, he's so cute. Okay, so there is where it happens. Got you. So then his mom cuts his hair and packs him, you know, packs him up to go on the trip. Gotcha. But yeah, so now they're on their way to Namek. Cool, cool, cool. Alrighty, so what was I gonna say here? Oh yeah, so the Gohans, you get one guaranteed drop on the first time you run each of those. Then after that, do not farm the first stage for more Gohans. There are basically, we talked about it again in another news video, but there are basically enough missions in the game related to Gohan's potential system where they give you ones for free. So every time you get it like 10% up, except for 50 and 100, you get another Gohan. And with the two additional ones, you know, it's you don't have to farm him up. You know, you can literally just play through and you know, grind up his ooh, actually, you know what? Oh, this is my OP villains team. All right, why not? Or at least the best villains team I have right now. My villains on JP is kind of lacking. But, either way, my point is that don't bother farming up the Gohan because you'll get them through missions anyway. Alright, so now we're on our way to Namek. We have arrived. They also use that same Bulma for literally, like, everything in the story, which is kind of weird. They, like, never use another art piece of hers, which I don't understand. Alright, so here comes Vegeta, I believe, coming down to the planet. That is a Saiyan pod there. NANI? Alright, let's go check it out. So, but first we gotta face some Frieza soldiers before we get into that. Alright, so let's go this way. So yeah, I kind of wanted to take this time to talk a little bit about my first exposure to Dragon Ball because I think that would just be kind of cool. And this is gonna make a lot of you laugh, I'm very sure of that. But, I didn't, so I don't know if you guys know this, but I am 18 right now. So when I was a kid, you know, the Toonami era of, you know, anime wasn't really my, era. By the way, this is literally just them about to dog on some Frieza soldiers. But the Toonami era really wasn't my era of, you know, watching anime. You know, I kind of discovered anime from friends and, you know, like some mainstream stuff. You know, you're going to laugh at me with like SNO and stuff. But my very first exposure to anime, really before what I knew anime was 4Kids TV. Now, I know some of you are laughing your heads off right now because you know what that is. And some of you are probably scratching your head right now because you have no idea what that is. Basically, 4Kids TV was a network that went on every Saturday morning, just like classic Saturday morning cartoons. And they basically dubbed into English various anime. And they censored them a lot, like the One Piece dub is one of the most controversial dubs in anime history, you know, just because of how much it was censored. Because 4Kids just kind of ripped it to shreds, you know, the infamous One Piece rap and all that. But 4Kids was what I watched every Saturday morning, you know, as a kid, or at least like, you know, junior high, early high school era. I'd wake up, you know, even in like 6th grade and so, you know, I'd wake up. Also, is Frieza's eyes closed there, or you just can't see his pupils? I think you can't just see his pupils. Also, Zarbon looks kind of ugly, and there, I don't mean ugly, like his art looks weird. And there's LR Frieza. So, basically, the 4Kids dub of Dragon Ball, so it was actually Dragon Ball Z Kai, was my first exposure to the series, because they showed that on Saturday mornings. And what was kind of funny was that, so I'm sure a lot of you are aware, but they didn't actually dub Kai until recently. Because, and two, the other thing was they didn't use like 4Kids, like the 4Kids dubs, you know, some of them they use actors from 4Kids, I believe. Don't quote me on that though. But the whole point of 4Kids was to censor stuff. So a lot of the, like, you know, blood and gore and stuff that, you know, some of these anime shows were known for, you know, got censored out by 4Kids so that they could be more appropriate for kids. Now, it kind of takes away from the original authenticity of the show, and that's the biggest gripe with the One Piece dub. Like, I mean, I'm not a big fan of One Piece, but, you know, I know they censored Sanji's signature cigarette to be a lollipop. Stuff like that. That was just kind of like, you know, they did it because they were censoring it, but at the same time, it was like, really, man? Come on. Anyway, basically, Vegeta is now on the planet, and he's about to kick some butt. I believe this is where he fights Kui? Yes, this is where he fights Kui. Okay, so basically, so I would watch it every Saturday morning, and I remember I'd like miss episodes all the time, you know, whether I was busy a Saturday morning or I didn't watch it for a while or something like that. And it was kind of funny to me because I remember as a kid thinking like, wow, they're only showing the same couple sagas over and over again. Like they only ever showed the Frieza saga, and what else? Obviously the Namek Saga. I vaguely remember the Cell Saga being on as well, but I never remember them fighting Jiro. Maybe I just missed that episode. I don't know. But I do remember like them on the hill, you know, all watching over the battle when they were going to take on Cell. So that was my first exposure to Dragon Ball Z. I fell in love with the show then. You know, I'm sure a lot of the kids, you know, in that kind of era, you know, whenever they saw Dragon Ball Z, I know a lot of kids at my school liked it too. Wow, Vegito Blue. Lacking your work there, bud. No, he did have type disadvantage, I guess. But either way, it was still, you know, it was still a cool experience. And now looking back at that, I'm like, man, how far I have come, you know? So, also, this is where Vegeta takes out Kui here. Ba-boom! The man is dead. Also, that's the int support Vegeta art there. So that's pretty cool. And Goku's arriving on the planet. That's the R Goku art, too. So yeah, so that was my first exposure to the series, you know, and I kind of wondered why they never went past those two arcs, but, you know, again, I didn't know that they didn't do the Boo arc until more recently. So I guess I technically never really, I mean, I rewatched some of it, but I never really, you know, saw the whole entirety of the original Dragon Ball Z. I probably will go back and watch it in the future. It's just right now I don't have tons of free time. My free time is taken up by YouTube and Dokkan, so, you know. But either way, I just kind of wanted to tell that story because I think it was kind of funny. And yeah, so that's basically my first exposure to Dragon Ball. Now, obviously, I am in love with the series and play Dokkan, you know, dump all my stones into it and whatnot. You know, love Super. So it's all good and well now. But it's kind of funny that, like, that childhood thing, you know, also this is where Frieza and Zarbon and Dodoria are talking to all the Namekians here and, you know, trying to find the secret of the Dragon Balls. And Krillin and Gohan are watching from afar, and then Dodoria is about to take out Dende, and then Gohan's like, nah fam, I got you. But yeah, anyway. I think actually the last, like, really big, like, OG Dragon Ball Z thing I watched was technically Dragon Ball Z Abridged. That was probably the last time I watched the series, and of course that's not, like, you know, the official series or whatever, but you get what I mean. So honestly, I'm almost remembering everything of this like through the abridged lines. You know, this is the space duck scene where they go quack, you know, Krillin's pretending to be a duck or whatever. Good stuff, good stuff. But we gotta take out Dodoria here. Wow, nobody links, but that's okay. Like I said, this is literally just fodder. Like, all of these, you know, stages are just fodder to grind this up. It's a story event, you know, it's literally just for stones and all the drops and whatnot. So, it doesn't really matter what team we bring. So, I'm just leveling up all these guys. But yeah, so it's cool that we're getting this Gohan. It's very interesting to me that we're getting an Extreme Z Awakening for a free-to-play unit. And it's interesting to me too, like, I'm okay with that, obviously, but the thing that intrigues me the most about it is that they've only come out with 2 Extreme Z Awakenings. Like, I thought they would have come out with a lot more bigger ones before they came out with Gohan's. Now, obviously, Gohan's isn't out yet, but you get the point. Or at least at the time of this recording, anyway. Doria's face there, oh my gosh, you are ugly, bro. I mean, Dodoria was always really ugly, but nonetheless. Alright, I'm going to take another drink of water here while we transition to the next mission. So really, the only missions that you want to be focusing on, oh, actually, you know what I forgot to go over? I forgot to go over the actual, like, rewards besides the Gohan and the medals and whatnot, so we'll do that right now. If this loads. Come on, there we go. Alrighty, so take a look at this here, right? We went over this in a news video, but I figured I might as well include it in here because, you know, obviously it's part of the story. So really, stage 7 and stage 8 are really the only stages that you're going to be doing consistently. Of course, unless you're farming the scouter item for some reason, or stage 3, as you can see there, you can farm some higher XP giving stages for training. So I actually might hit that up, and as well you can see stage 4 you can get den days, so you can farm some pretty good stuff for here. You can even farm some STR training items, but of course you probably want to finish the Gohan before anything else. At least that's my advice anyway. But I will definitely be hitting that up to get some training locations, because that's actually really cool. Okie dokie, we'll bring our Vegito Blue again, and there we go. So yeah, another thing, besides, you know, if you guys want to see a showcase of the free-to-play Gohan, let me know in the comments. Let me know what your first exposure to Dragon Ball Z is. Not necessarily, you know, not necessarily Dokkan Battle, that's another conversation, but I mean like Dragon Ball Z in its entirety. Because at least that's the one thing that the whole Dokkan community has in common, besides the fact that we play the games, that we all like Dragon Ball, you know? And it's really interesting to hear how people, you know, interact with the series and how they first learn about it. Alright, Vegeta. So this is when he takes down Dodoria. And, another thing I think why I'm kind of reminiscing on this now is because I almost feel like the Namek Saga was a lot of people's first exposure to the series, and I think that's almost, you know, like, I think, well, I mean, especially Bandai knows that since they're doing this for the 3-year anniversary, but, like, you know, the Namek Saga obviously is one of the most iconic sagas in Dragon Ball history. You know, Goku first went Super Saiyan, the introduction of Frieza, who would be, you know, a reoccurring villain in the franchise, you know, tons of memorable characters, you know, Gohan kind of growing up. All kinds of stuff happened in the arc, you know, Vegeta changing a little bit, you know, kind of dancing around Planet Namek and taking out all of Frieza's goons. So it was a really good arc, obviously, but I think, you know, for a lot of people, it's kind of like their first exposure to the series, because, you know, obviously the Saiyan saga was the first saga in Dragon Ball Z, but in my eyes, even though that kind of, you know, started it all with Raditz coming to Earth, the Namek Saga is almost more memorable for me, or at least I enjoy it more. Not that I don't enjoy the Saiyan saga, but you get the point. So yeah, I just think it's a great time, you know, with this kind of early saga. You know, everybody loves it. You know, it's just kind of a good time to reminisce on, you know, our history with Dragon Ball. You know what I'm saying? Alrighty, so we have 3 more stages to go. Stage 6. Why does this one only have 1 stage? Okay, well, I guess just didn't want to. It's kind of weird. Some of these stages, like in these story events, like for some of them I could understand, like if they only made the metal stage, you know, like 1 stage, like how this event is right here, or this stage, excuse me, then I could understand that, you know, because you're just going for the medals. But I guess, you know, having 2 then guarantees you get at least 2 medals. But at the same time, it's like sometimes they just randomly make some of these events just 1, and I'm like, okay, but why though? It could just be an extra stone. I don't know. Alright. So we're talking about the Dragon Ball here. Wow, that looks really awkward. How Vegeta's holding the Dragon Ball there. Alrighty, let's skip all the way ahead. I believe... No, this isn't the mission. I know there's a mission coming up where we have to face Zarbon, where he's basically unbeatable. And that's on purpose. You know, there's some Dokkan events like that, or some, you know, events in these little story things where, you know, the boss is purposely, you know, not being able to be beaten. He just takes a little bit of damage, like the B-Pan event, kinda. Alrighty, let's link you 2 together. We'll give Vegito Blue all that key. We'll give you that, and then we will give Gohan that little bit of key. Dope. Alright, so Zarbon should be an easy takeout here. And this only goes up to, let me think. This only goes up to when Gohan gets his power unleashed. So they could do a lot more of like different like not arcs, but you know, they're almost like mini arcs. Okay, so here's the thing where we can't kill Zarbon. But they could do almost like a, you know, like kind of like if you think about it in like little mini arcs, you know, this is kind of one arc, and then, you know, the Ginyu Force is kind of one arc, and then the Frieza thing is one arc, you know, kind of all wrapped into the same bigger arc, you know what I mean? So I don't know. They could definitely do more Planet Namek missions, because of course, you know, we don't have the Ginyu Force even tapped in yet, and that could be an interesting way to get LR Ginyu, or maybe, I don't know, maybe like it drops the Battlefield coins. I know they're still working on Battlefield, but nonetheless, it's like, you know, that would kind of be a great opportunity to release another way to get LR Ginyu, because I have the SSR sitting in my box. He's just, you know, not doing anything because I didn't really grind it because it was such a boring game mode, but oh well. Alrighty, so there we go. So we can't beat Zarbon. Vegeta's like, but how, you know, and then Zarbon's like, roar, in his big meaty state. Alrighty, moving on here. So now, you know, he's like, oh, you know, Vegeta's gone. I took care of him or whatever, you know. Then Apple comes in, as in the English translation of him, you know, and then all this happens, and he's saying, like, bro, get back out there. Vegeta's still alive. What you doing, fam? Go take the man out. And little did Zarbon know he was about to have a bad time. Alrighty. Let's do this here. So now, we're moving on to the two more interesting stages, just in terms of drops anyway. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water there. Throat's getting really dry. I never like drink water before videos. Maybe the streams have just programmed me to eat and drink while I make videos. Because if you've been here for my live streams, you know it's kind of a meme on my channel that I eat and drink during the live streams. That's just kind of become a thing that I do, and no one seems to mind, so that's cool. It gives me free time to eat, and usually when I stream, I'm just coming home from work anyway, so I haven't eaten dinner yet. Alright, let's see. How many Dragon Balls is that? 6, okay. So, oh no, that's 5, because the other one is Vegeta's, the one in the bottom right corner. Alright, so we're talking to Nail, talking to Guru, trying to get the Dragon Ball off the top of the little throne thingy there. Alright, then Vegeta comes in, talking about Zarbon. You know, you need to give me the Dragon Ball, blah, blah, blah. Why didn't I wish for immortality? You know, all that kind of stuff. Wrong movie, but nonetheless. Also, too, the good thing about doing these story stages as well is that you just kind of get some good stuff on the map. You know, obviously there's like these gold capsules here. I'm getting a little bit of Zenny, you know, all this good stuff. So all these rewards are always really awesome to get, and just kind of fun to stack up on some of these. You know, you're doing the story anyway, why not get some fun, kooky rewards along the way? I don't know why I sound like Yu-Gi-Oh! Bridged Joey there, but either way. So that's what I'm talking about. Look, they use the same stinking Bulma art. Like, they didn't make anything else for her. I believe, because I know obviously some of these assets are cards, but I believe all the assets in this event are not original, like they're from other things, like the story event of Dokkan and other things like that. So I don't know, they could have gave Bulma some other art just besides the one, like, you know, side shot, and then she just gets a little, like, anime style sweat drop there. I don't know. You know what I mean? It could just be a little bit, they could have just done a little bit more than that. But either way, I do really like this event, because I'm honestly kind of surprised that it took them this long to, also we got 2 medals there, which is nice. I'm honestly kind of surprised it took them this long to make a Namek-based story. Alrighty, so this is where Vegeta kills Zarbon, and we get to keep that young Dragon Ball, my boy. Alright, it's interesting they don't show him, like, blowing up. They showed Kui, well, they didn't show Kui blowing up, but I guess they showed the little explosion animation. Alrighty. Let's see what we got here. If you decide to load on me. Come on, bruh. But yeah, so I think I have 3 medals now? Something like that? Alright, so... Actually, oh no, I can't check how many I have there. That would be a nice feature to add. I just thought of that. If you could just add... If you could just do that right there, that would be pretty nice. Alrighty, so look at that. We have exactly enough stamina to actually play the last stage. I'm probably going to refresh stamina anyway, just for, you know, just for playing the game by myself, but nonetheless. Alright, so now we're talking about the 4-star ball. You know, this is where So this here is the actual orb stage that you're going to be replaying over and over and over again. So we might actually do this twice, and here's the reason why. Basically, you can go down any of these paths and get orbs, right? And then they have this cloud here. So as you can see, the path to the additional orbs kind of similar to Goku Jr., where you were, you know, the cloud would only appear sometimes. On this spot right, oh, well, I guess I can't click on it, but let me zoom in on that space. Basically right there, the one that's right above the 3 there, a little rock formation appears there sometimes. So you take the cloud to Vegeta every time, but you can't necessarily get over to that area every time. So I'm going to do the event, I think, one more time, just so that I can show that off a little bit. Because I think that's something good. Because right now we got no rock, which obviously is what you want, but I do want to show it, you know, with the all the different possibilities of the map. And I think it's interesting they did it this way, because like last time it was just you beat the main boss, or at least for Goku Jr. you beat the main boss, and then, you know, you could you maybe had the chance of the cloud appearing, and then the cloud would take you to you know, the other boss, and then you get all those additional orbs there. Alright, so this is where everything's going down. Gohan runs, and Krillin kind of distracts Vegeta, and now Gohan is going to, you know, going to get his power up. All right, Broly-sama, let's have you. Why not? Broly, get your revenge early. Of course, it's not on Kakarot, but still, go for it, my boy. To do it to him. I do love this animation. I just love Super Saiyan 3 Broly. Like, the model of him is just so cool. Alright, ooh, he's only SA6, my boy. Alright, so Vegeta dropped all those orbs there, so that's cool. Alrighty, so now we're moving on to this section here. Make sure you don't hit the other way, by the way. I did that by accident one time when this area was open like it is now, and I completely missed it, and I was so mad at myself. So make sure you don't misclick and you click the right area there. Alright, we need a 2. And then I don't think we're going to end up getting a lot of 1s. Oh, well, we did get a 1. Cool. But yeah, this is definitely the path you want to take, obviously, if it's open, because you're just getting extra orbs for Gohan. And I'll actually show you here. Hopefully I have enough. But here, I'll do the event real quick. And then, so we'll do this one more time. And we'll skip through the story that time. But basically, this is where Gohan gets his power up. You know. And then he's like, what? What power? And then guess who comes out of the shadows? It's your boy Gohan. Do-do-do-do. But anyway. Let's replay this one more time, and then I'll show you. Hopefully the rock formation appears this time. Wouldn't it be lucky if I got it that it didn't appear both times, because that's honestly the luckier way to get it, because obviously you don't want it to appear so that you can get, you know, all of the luxurious orbs. It's okay, I'll just use the stone for stamina. I got another video to film after this anyway. Alrighty. So let's just run, sure, overkill, why not? LR Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Alright, can the rock appear this time? Yay, it did. Okay, so this is the rock that I was talking about here. I'm just going to skip the story because you guys already know it already. So I will show you once we get over here. But basically now, we cannot get to that path. This is probably the only time I'm going to be excited about that stupid rock appearing there. Because every time, like I've done it a couple times and it just doesn't appear for me. And I'm like, dang it, just freaking appear already. Oh my gosh. Alright. Let's see here. Bada bing. Bada boom. And then we got, cool, we got a 3. I was hoping that wouldn't be a 1. Okay, so as you can see here, once we get past Vegeta, our only option is to actually go out the exit, as opposed to going that path. So basically, it's just RNG, whether that little stone appears or not. Kind of unfortunate. So it's basically like the cloud mechanic from before, just kind of in a different format, I suppose. You know. I originally thought that it was just gonna be like, oh, cool, we don't have to worry about, you know, like anything getting in the way and we can just get all those extra orbs. But nope, still got all that RNG, but that's okay. You'll get it eventually. Alright, Goku. Chill, brah, chill. Alright, so as you can see, that time he actually dropped seven small orbs, as opposed to the, not small, sorry, large orbs as opposed to the small orbs. Alrighty, so we can just skip this. We've already seen that dialogue. Alright, so I'm going to show you real quick. I just kind of want to exemplify the fact that you don't need to farm Gohan. I know a lot of you done the Goku Jr. event, but if some of you are newer to Dokkan, excuse me, then you would have never seen that event before. So I will show you what I'm talking about here. Oh, cool. New record as well. Alrighty, so sure, we'll friend that Goku. Why not? Okie dokie, so let me show you here. So we're going to hop into the dupe system. Mine, as you can see, is 36% right now. So let's do this. Let's see if we can get him up to a high percent. Or at least up to the next percentage. Dope, we can. Awesome, that's what I was hoping we could do. Cool. Alright, so of course I don't have as many orbs. I've just been kind of running through a couple times and then feeding them into him. I haven't been. Also, this is nice. I never actually saw this before. When you click on a thing that you don't have enough orbs for, it tells you how many more orbs you need. So that's definitely very handy if you're just playing through this event by yourself. You know, and you're just trying to see how many orbs you need. We only need one more there. But either way, so now you can see he's went up at least another 10%. Feed him all those orbs. And there we go. Now we have a mission done. So we actually had a lot of missions done, I think, from that. But the mission that we're looking for here is... Hold on one second. Basically, the Gohan missions. Again, we went over all this stuff in the news video the other day here. So this is just for doing different kinds of missions and whatnot. But what we're looking for is this one here. So as you can see, 40% in the potential system, and we get a free Gohan. So that can go into SA, or obviously it can go into the potential system if you don't have them fully awakened, or excuse me, unlocked yet. But here, if we take a look, basically, or sorry, that's not the right one. So everyone before this, so 10, 20, and 30 you got a Gohan. At 50 you get a reversal medal. At 60 you get a Gohan. 70 you get a Gohan. 80, 90, and then at 100% you get a free Elder Kai. So that's what that is in terms of the dupe system anyway. But yeah, that is going to do it for this video, guys. I hope you all enjoyed. I certainly had fun playing through this event. The two questions that I'm proposing in this video is, A, do you want to see a showcase of this guy when he's fully awakened, Rainbow Star? Because I will certainly do that. I just want to know if you guys want to see it or not. And what was your first exposure to the Dragon Ball franchise? Well, other than that, guys, that is going to do for today's video. I know it was a longer one, but I hope you stayed around and watched anyway, and I hope you enjoyed. Epic you two out. Peace.